symbol for 50 times. How can I do it?
Ma'am,
Can
for
you write the program? Listen carefully. Can you write the program in which you have to first display this 50 times? In the next line, write the welcome. In next line, again 50 times. In next line, write 2. Again 50 times. Can you write the program of this? Yes? Can you able to write the program of this? I want the output like this.
yes, ma'am.
I want the output like this. Don't write like this. I am saying here, write this 50 times. Don't write like this. See out and 50 times. No, this is the wrong way. If I am saying the 50 times as a program, don't write like this. See out like this. This is the wrong way as the programmer. Now, what will be my first step if I want to write this 50 times? If I
Ma'am, we
want
can
to
use a
display,
for loop.
yes,
By using loop.
By using for loop.
yes, good. First step, I will use the for loop. For loop for I, how many times? 0 to 50. 0 to 50. If I write here the 1, then I will write here equal to 50. Okay, there is a no difference. Now, I plus plus, C out and print for I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 50, I plus plus. Print this. For first it will print 1, second then it print this. In this way it will print 50 times. In this way it will print 50 times this symbol. Now in next line I want to print welcome. So I will write C out and then I will write C out and then okay. Now again I want to move to next line. Again I will write क्या लिखूंगी यहाँ पे मैं क्या लिखूं यहाँ पे
Ma'am, for loop.
यहाँ पे क्या लिखूं मैंने पहले सिंबल बना लिया
Welcome.
yes
Ma'am, welcome आएगा.
First मैंने ये symbol बना लिया 50 times. Then afterwards, I want to move to next line. For that I have used the and then afterwards I want to print welcome. So I will write welcome. Then afterwards again.
And then
What will be the code?
count and then.
See out. And then. And then. Because I want to move to next line. Again, I will write the code of for loop. For loop for 50 times. Again, same code is repeated here. Okay. Who is there? Any question, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes, Ashish. Yes, Ashish. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No. Again, for this multiply symbol for 50 times, I will use this for loop. Okay. Clear? Now, again I will use here for loop. Same for loop will be performed here. Again I will write and then or again 2. Okay. Now listen. In this case, this code, the code for this, and the code for this is same. In each case, I am writing the same lines, same for loop here, same for loop here, and same for loop will be here. Yes or no? The code is same, the content is same. I am writing again and again. How can I reduce my size of the program? I can reduce the size of program by removing the repetitive steps. The steps which I am writing again and again, I will take one block and write that steps into that block. Whenever there is a requirement, I will call it and then execute that block. Okay, that's why we are using the concept of the functions. Function समझ लग रहे क्यों कर रहे हैं हमने? जब भी हमारे प्रोग्राम में whenever there is the repetition of the steps, then we will use the functions concept. One thing is clear to all of you? समझ लग गया कि functions क्यों use कर रहे हैं?
Yes, ma'am.
फंक्शन इसलिए यूज कर रहे हैं कि ये स्टेप हम दोबारा कर रहे हैं, हमें दोबारा स्टेप ना करना पड़े, तो हम क्या करेंगे, इसको एक अलग जगह पे रख लेंगे. Whenever there is a requirement, we will call that. जब रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है तो अलग रहने देंगे. इससे क्या होगा, मुझे एक चीज को दोबारा लिखना नहीं पड़ेगा और मेरा टाइम भी वेस्ट होगा, एंड मोर ओवर माय प्रोग्राम्स साइज विल बी रिड्यूस्ड in this way. Okay, now in the case of function, clear to all of you?
Hello ma'am.
Yes Ashish.
मैम अगर नंबर अलग अलग हो तो, जैसे फर्स्ट रो में 50 टाइम्स है, सेकंड में दूसरा टाइम्स हो तो?
ये उसके इसलिए हमने बनाया है कि अगर एक सेम कोड होगा, सेम कोड वी आर राइटिंग मल्टीपल टाइम्स.
ओके मैम.
अगर वो अलग है तो फिर हमें अलग लेना पड़ेगा.
यस मैम.
फिर उसके लिए भी एक मेथड होता है फंक्शंस में कि नंबर चेंज कर लें, वो हम आगे जाके डिस्कस करेंगे.
यस मैम.
Now functions are of two types. One are library functions and second is
यूजर डिफाइंड.
library functions. Tell me any library function you have used in the C language. Library
clear ma'am, gate cap,
yes
sqrt ma'am.
yes
Print.
मैम क्लियर स्क्रीन होती है मैम, जो इनबिल्ट फंक्शन बहुत आती है, प्रिंटर हो गई.
क्लियर स्क्रीन आप लिखते हो, दैट इज जिसके
Yes,
साथ आप कोई भी जिसके साथ आप राउंड ब्रैकेट यूज कर देते हो, दैट इज कॉल्ड द फंक्शन. whenever you write the anything abc with this round bracket, this represent, that is this is the function. This is the function. अभी तक आपने किया, that is the get ch, you are using the round bracket, that represent, that is the function. You had used the clear screen, that also represent, that is the function. And these functions are the library functions. Library functions means inbuilt functions. Inbuilt means the meaning is predefined, the functioning is predefined. How it works, it is predefined, that is the library functions, or it is called the predefined function. Predefined functions, or it is called the inbuilt functions. Clear regarding the library functions? The functions which are predefined or functions which are inbuilt within the compiler, that is called the library functions. Okay, now next comes the user-defined functions. User-defined functions are the functions which are defined by the programmer, that are called the user-defined functions. Functions which are defined or designed by the programmer according to the requirement of the programmer, that are called the user-defined functions. Clear to all of you? What are the user-defined functions?
Yes
The
ma'am.
functions which are defined by the user, that are called the user-defined functions. Library functions are clear to all of you. Next is the user-defined functions. Now, what are the advantages of the functions? What are the advantages? Tell me.
Reusability.
Reusability of code. Yes.
It reduces large program into basic building blocks.
Yes.
Perform simplicity ma'am.
Simplicity. Okay.
Yes ma'am.
These are all the advantages of the functions. Now, what is the disadvantage? Is there any disadvantage till now? There is only, you can say there is only for the programmer, that can be the some, we can say in disadvantage, like the code number, if we make the number of functions, more number of functions, then complexity will increase. We will discuss in later video how we can say it as a disadvantage. Okay. Now let's start with our main and the important topic of the functions, and this is very important as a programming component. Component of functions. Component of functions means how programmer can make the user-defined function. How programmer can make the user-defined function. How a programmer can make the user-defined function. There are the three components. One is function declaration. One is function declaration. जैसे एक फंक्शन है, मैरिज का फंक्शन करना है तो हमें फंक्शन की डेट डिक्लेयर करनी है. इसी तरह दैट इज दिस इज अ फंक्शन डिक्लेरेशन. We have to first step, our first step by creating the function. Whenever we want to create a function in our program, whenever we want to use the concept of functions in our program, we have to use the first step, that is the function declaration. We have to, first step is the function declaration. Okay. Second step is function. We can say take the function call.
Yes, ma'am.
And third is the function definition. Remember this. Whenever you want to write any program, you have to follow these three steps: function declaration, function call, and the function definition. In each program, you have to implement these steps. One is the function declaration. Function declaration. What is the syntax of function declaration? Anyone? What is the syntax? How can I write function? How we can declare function in program?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Return type. Yes, ma'am. Return type and
Yes.
then function, right?
Return
And then
type.
argument in a bracket.
Yes. Return type.
Function
name.
in
Which
bracket
obey
में
the rules,
argument
which
जो
obey
भी
the
हम
rules
करते
of identifier. Function name which obey the rules of identifier, and then afterwards
हैं. Argument.
argument. Argument with parameters, and here we write the data type.
Argument list जो भी है.
Argument with the data type.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, data type can be number of times. And in the
Yes,
case
ma'am.
of function declaration, we always end with the semicolon. We always end with the semicolon. Function declaration, whenever we want to make function, first step is to declare the function. First step is to declare the function, and the syntax of the function declaration is first write the return type. Return type means int, float, char. Okay, in return types. Int, float, char, return type. Function name which obey the rules of identifier, and here it is the AND type. And always end with semicolon. And always end with semicolon. That is called the function declaration. Like this. Let's take an example. In, that is the return type. I'm taking the F1 name. Yes. And writing the int and int. Okay. And semicolon. Semicolon is must. That only represents that this is the function declaration. It only represents that this is the function declaration. Okay. This is the first step. I think it is clear to all of you. Whenever you want to write the function, whenever you want to create function, the first step is function declaration. Clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Second step is function call. What is the syntax of function call? What is the syntax of function call?
Ma'am, function name and the actual parameter.
Yes. Function name. This is the syntax of function call. Function name. This is the function which you have declared only. This function name is only which you have declared in your program. जो आपने ऊपर डिक्लेयर किया ना आपने फर्स्ट स्टेप, वही फंक्शन नेम ये होगा. दिस इज द फंक्शन नेम एंड द ब्रैकेट्स. अगर आपने वहां पे मेंशन किया है पैरामीटर्स में int, then you have to write here the parameters like this. Only the variables name, only the variable names. is the function definition, and the third step is the function definition. Function definition. What is the syntax of function definition?
Ma'am, return type, function
Yes,
name,
return type.
formal parameter,
Function name
formal parameter,
and formal parameter. Here will be the listen carefully. Here will be the data type and variable name. And there is the data type and the variable name. Number of and curly bracket start and curly bracket close and the set of statements. And the set of statements. Syntax of the function definition is write the return type. This return type will be the same as that of the function declaration. तो आपने function declaration में return type लिखी होगी, वही return type आप यहाँ पे लिखोगे. Second step, write the function name, same name as that of the function declaration. And if you have mentioned data types in your function declaration, then you have to write here the data type and the name of the variable also. Data type and the name of the variable also. Okay, and this. And don't use semicolon here. Don't use semicolon here. Okay, if you use semicolon, then it will terminate. In function definition, use the curly bracket here and the closing bracket here, and write the set of statements which you want to call again and again in the program. Write the set of statements you want to execute and call within your program. Okay, these are the three steps while writing the function. First, you have to declare the function. Second step is function call, and third step is the function definition. Clear to everyone? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt regarding this? This is a syntax. You have to remember.
No.
Whenever you want to write the program by using functions, you have to use three steps. In each program, you have to use three steps. One, you have to declare function. Second, you have to call the program and call the function. And third, you have to write the definition. Now, these are the syntax. Now, here I will write within the program. Here will I write function name. Now, this is my void main. Void main or the main function. This is my program. This is my end of the program. Functions के तीन components हैं. One is the function declaration. कहाँ मैं function declaration करूँगी? Tell me. Where will write the code for function declaration?
Either in main or globally.
Yes. Either in the main, like if I write, I'm taking void f1 and this. Return type function name without parameter and semicolon. This represents that this is a function. And which function? User defined function. This is the user defined function. Okay. This is a user defined function. Now, one way is to declare in this here, and second, you can also declare here globally.
Globally.
You can declare the function globally also. Okay, one way to declare the function is like this, and second way to declare the function is like this. You can declare there, this is called the global function declaration, and this is the local function declaration. This is the first step. Second step is function call. Function call is always within the main program. Within the main program. With the name of the function and the reference. Why within the name always? ये function call हमेशा main में ही होगी क्यों? Very common and very easy. Function call हमेशा main में ही होगी क्यों? Why?
हम क्योंकि हमें वहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूट करना होता है.
Main
Most of the
execution main
always
format.
start from the main program. Compiler always execute the program for the main. Its first step will be the main, then it will move to the rest of the steps. Okay. And while moving to the rest of steps, if there is no function call, then it will not execute that step. Then it will not execute the definition part. दुर्गा कुमार आपकी क्लास में है कोई स्टूडेंट? यस शैली, आपकी क्लास में दुर्गा कुमार का स्टूडेंट है ना आपका कोई?
I'm not in our section.
Okay.
मैम
अगर
में
किसी को पता है तो उसको कह दो कि विदाउट रोल नंबर he is not allowed to be admitted in the class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now next is the function call is like this. Within the main we will write the function name and then we will correct. And last step is the function. Last step is the, what is the last step of the function? One is declaration, second is the function call, third is the definition. Now definition, listen carefully. Now definition can be written, one is either after the main, after the end of the program, after the get ch, after the end of the program, you can write the function definition outside the main. One is thing with void, it will not include the main function. It is outside the main. Okay, function definition is always outside the main. And write F1, rest of the statements and this. This is the syntax. It will be always outside the main. It is not inside the main. Okay. And one thing is this. One, we can write the function definition after the main. One thing, we can also declare the definition before the main also. हम डेफिनेशन को दो जगह पे लिख सकते हैं. एक, हम जब हमने अपना प्रोग्राम बना लिया है, हमारा प्रोग्राम खत्म हो गया, उसके बाद भी लिख सकते हैं. और दूसरा स्टेप, हम फंक्शन की डेफिनेशन सबसे ऊपर भी लिख सकते हैं, एट द टॉप, मेन से पहले. क्लियर? पता लग गया कि हम कंपोनेंट्स को कैसे यूज करना है और कहाँ-कहाँ यूज कर सकते हैं.
यस मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, listen now. हमारे प्रोग्राम की एग्जीक्यूशन यहाँ से स्टार्ट होती है. Our program execution start from this part. This is function declaration. Compiler come to know that there is one function by writing this code. Then F1 is here. When compiler look at the F1, then this will transfer the control to this block. Then this block will execute rest of steps, and after execution all the steps, again it transfer the control to the next line. In this way, it will execute the code. First, this is the function declaration. Yes, it is there. So we come to know that there is the function. When it moves to the rest of the statement, there is a function name. When function name, then it means there is some function is calling. Some function is calling. Then it will transfer the control to the function definition. It transfer the control to function definition. Function definition will execute the set of statements, and then it will transfer the control back to the next statement. That is all about the functions components. How it's execute. How it's execute in our program. I think it is clear to all of you now. That
Yes,
are various
ma'am.
functions of the.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Now let's have one. Yes. Any questions, Satish?
Main function user define या predefined?
Main function. Okay, tell me. Anyone? Main is the predefined function or the user defined?
I'm predefined.
मैम.
Predefined.
That is the predefined. Why
Predefined, ma'am.
Why predefined?
Compiler defined.
Yes, predefined by the compiler. Why? Because we can't able to change the name of that function. We can never able to change the name of function. Can I write here the name one, main one? Can I write like this? No. I can't change this name. This is a predefined. There in each program there is the one function. There is always one function. Okay, and that function is a predefined. Now next comes the functions according to the various types of functions according to their function arguments and return types. According to their, these are all the functions. I think it is clear to all of you. Function declaration. But we also called it function prototype. You also called it function prototype. In the slide, you can see it. And the syntax is, I had discussed with you, return type, function name, and the arguments with a semicolon at the last. This is function call syntax. It is also clear to all of you. And these are the definitions. Okay, one thing more. There are two terms. One is the formal arguments and one is the actual arguments. One is the formal arguments and second is the actual argument. Anyone? Tell me the difference. Formal and actual.
Ma'am, actual are those which are entered by the user and stored by the compiler, and formal are those which are undergone changes after the function is done.
The arguments within the function definition, which are mentioned within the function definition, जो arguments हम function definition के अंदर देते हैं, these are called the formal arguments. Okay, and the arguments which are given within the program, within our main program, like this. अगर call this argument into a comma b, which is the main. I am taking the two arguments a and b. These are the actual arguments. If I am taking these arguments into the definition part, then these arguments become the formal arguments. Okay, the arguments which are written within the function definition or used within the function definition are called the formal arguments, or the functions which are present within the main program are called the actual arguments. Clear to all of you? I think it is clear to all of you. Okay? Yes or no? Yes? Till now it is clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's have one poll. I'm going to launch the poll. Within 2 minutes you have to done. After 2 minutes I will end the poll. Hurry up, students. Both are the practical questions. After 2 minutes, I am going to end the poll. It's 2 now. I'm going to end the poll. What is the answer of the first question? Default return value of function.
Int.
Yes.
Int.
Int. The answer is int. Suppose within the main program, whenever I always write the void or int. You always prefer to write void, or we can write also int. If I write like this, Then by default it will take here the value integer. By default value of function is integer. And the answer of the next question is execution of always program start from execution of program always start from main. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. Now functions can be also divided according to their arguments and according to their return types. Functions can also divided with respect to their arguments and with respect to their return types. Okay. Now, first type is the function with no argument and with no return type. There is, you can see the one program at on the ID. You can see one program. Yes. Is it visible? Program is visible to all of you.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. What is in the program? Tell me the program. About the program. Addition of two numbers. Simply addition of two numbers. When I want to add two numbers, I can write like this. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Now, first type of according to the argument is that is function with no argument and with no return type. I will make the function. What is the first step of creating a function? What is the first step for creating a function?
Calling a
Declare the function.
declaring a function.
Yes, declaring the function. Now, first type is no argument and no return type. If I am saying no return type, so in the case of function declaration, I will use here which type of
Void.
void return type, and then afterwards the function name, and again no arguments. This is the first step. Second step is function. Second step is function
declaration.
call. Function call. Yes. Function call. I will take two function calls, one F1 and F. Function call. Okay. And third step is
Definition.
function definition. Where I write function definition? Here. I can't write function definition within the main. I can never write function definition within the main. Function definition can always outside the main. And क्या लिखूंगे यहाँ पे? What should I write?
Void.
I write
F1.
void same data type like this, and then afterwards same function name which I have declared, and then if I'm not specifying any argument, so it will also be empty. Now here curly bracket and the statements. Now here I will write cout welcome. Okay, I'm just writing the cout welcome, and then afterwards there is one thing: is cascading is possible in C++? Is cascading is possible in C++? Anyone? Is cascading is possible in C++?
Ma'am, repeat करना.
Is cascading is possible in C++? Cascading means yes, it is possible. It means multiple input and multiple outputs can be taken at the same time. Yes, with the help of this operator. With the help of this operator, I can able to use the cascading concept.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. मीन्स कि ये मैं जो सिंबल है मल्टीपल टाइम्स एक लाइन में लिख सकती हूँ. ओके, दैट इज कॉल्ड द कैस्केड. नाउ दिस इज एंड ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. कैसे चलेगा ये? फर्स्ट कंपाइलर विल लुक एट द declaration, then it will F1. F1 is a function call. Function call will transfer the control to this line and it will print the welcome. Afterwards welcome, then again it will move to this line, execute the steps and display the value of C. After display, again transfer is controlled to F1 and display the welcome. I think program is clear to all of you. Now I will compile the program. 6 errors, guys. So semicolon missing. Here it is. Again, int I. Where it is I? Here.
Beside the getch. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next, I think now it is error. Okay. Save the program and run the program. Welcome. Now, after welcome, again transfer control back to the main. I'm going to input the two values and the answer is 5. Then again transfer the control back to the function. The answer is welcome. I think it is clear to all of you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Control is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
And first type is also clear. That is function with no return type and with no argument. Okay. Now second type is function with. Second type क्या है? What is the second type? The second type is function with no argument but return type. क्या चेंज करूंगी अब मैं इसमें बताओ? अब मैंने एक फंक्शन बनाना है जिसका कोई आर्गुमेंट ना हो पर रिटर्न टाइप हो, तो क्या प्रोग्राम होगा? Yes, tell me. Function with no argument means यहाँ Yes, students, I am audible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second type is, what is the second type? What is the second type?
No argument with return value.
Screen is visible to all of you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, wait. Now it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now second type is no argument and return type. Means अगर argument नहीं दे रही यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे क्या return type देनी है? तो क्या लिखूंगी यहाँ पे मैं? यहाँ पे क्या change कर दूंगी मैं? I will write
int.
int. I will write here int. This is I am writing integer, returning. Okay. अगर मैं return type लिख रही हूँ, तो क्या करेंगे? If I am declaring the return type int, then I have to write here also int. I also have to write here int. And if I am writing int, then it becomes the mandatory to return the value. Then it becomes mandatory to return the value. Okay, let's write one int a comma b. Can I write int comma a comma b again? See, can I write here? Is it right way to? Is it right way to write here? Yes or no? Can I write like this? Return C. Return C. क्या करेंगे इसमें? अब बताओ मुझे. What will my next step? I am removing it from here. Tell me. पहले तो अब मैंने क्या किया है? क्या मैं int a b यहाँ पे लिख सकती हूँ? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Because this a and this b is some, जैसे आपकी क्लास में दो स्टूडेंट का नेम सेम हो, बट वो दोनों डिफरेंट पर्सनैलिटीज हैं. Same way, this ABC at some another location and this ABC at some another location. Okay. So it is visible. Now look at this. First, return type. F1, call the function. Function will transfer the control here. It will store the A10 and it will store the B20. Execute this line and print welcome. Then afterward return C. Return C करने के बाद कहाँ जाएगा ये?
हम वापस F1 पे
F1 के पास जाएगा. तो हम यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं? We will write int suppose Z, int Z, कि जब कंट्रोल ट्रांसफर वापस जाए यहाँ पे तो जो वैल्यू रिटर्न हो वो किसमें स्टोर हो जाए? Z के अंदर. आउटपुट में क्या आ जाए मेरे लिखा हो? सी आउट. आउटपुट में क्या है? सी आउट Z. The output will be like this, सी आउट Z. Okay? Clear? I am not taking any argument, but I am returning the value to the main function. In this way, I can return the value. क्या होगा? Let's execute the two errors again. Undefined symbol C, where it is? Okay. Then afterwards, no error. Save the code. And what will be the answer in this case? Tell me. First, this function declaration. This F1 is the function call. This F1 represent the function call. And then afterwards, when function call, the control is transferred to this function definition. It will take the one variable 10, which store the 10 value, take another variable, which store 20 variable, perform the operation, print the welcome, and then return C. C will be returned to this F1 again, and F1 will store that value into Z, and Z will print on the output screen. Control is clear to all of you? Shall I run the program now? Shall I run the program?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. First, welcome. Clear? I think it is clear to all of you now. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm taking the return type, but I'm not taking any argument. I'm taking return type, but I'm not taking argument. Okay? This is another type. Now, third type is if I want to take argument within the function declaration. समझ लग रहा है बच्चे? If I'm taking the function argument but no return type. No return type means void. I'm taking argument but no return type. This is the one concept. Okay? Now इसमें क्या होगा? ये हम बहुत रेयर यूज करते हैं. क्यों रेयर यूज करते हैं? Why? प्रेफर ही नहीं करते यूज करना. Why? Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, it will take the arguments, but it will not return anything.
Yes.
Then
इसमें
why there
रिटर्न
is
ही नहीं
need to?
करना. आर्ग्यूमेंट ले लिया, उसका यूज ही नहीं है. पर चलेगा ये प्रोग्राम. It will execute. Okay, it will also execute. Shall I run the program or you are? Is it understood? Is it clear to all of you? Shall I write the program for this or it is clear to all of you? Reply with yes or no.
Ma'am, please run it once.
Yes, I will. Okay, I am going to make the function with arguments but with no return type. Okay, if I am giving that with the arguments, so it means while function call also I have to give the argument. Function call I also have to give the arguments, and I will write here a comma b. A comma b. Now if I write here a comma b, then I have to first inform the compiler that there are the two variables and the value of these two variables are like this. Okay, taking the two variables, declaring the function. This is a function value, this is a function call. By taking the two variables a and b, these are called the actual arguments. I am making the comment of this part. Now and again this is, it will print same value. Now changing the definition also, void. Now here, can I write here int a comma int b? Yes or no? Or I write here x or y?
Yes.
Can I write here a or b?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why? Because this a or b are the some different memory locations, and this a and b are the some different locations. Okay, these both, these a and b are some, this ये दो ए बी जो है CSE 1 के स्टूडेंट हैं, और ये ए बी कौन से हैं, CSE 2 के स्टूडेंट्स हैं. That is the difference. Okay, now again there is no need of this line. If I am taking void, then I can't able to use the return word. अगर मैं void लिख रही हूँ तो मैं क्या return word use नहीं कर सकती हूँ. I can't able to use the return word. Okay, is it feasible? No, it is right now. Function with no return type but with the argument, two arguments, function call, and this is a function definition. क्या होगा, compiler check करेगा, it will transfer the value of a 10 and value of b 20. Okay, and this control will be transferred to the, transfer the control to this line. जो ऊपर वाला a है वो किसमें रिस्पेक्टिव a में स्टोर होगा, मींस value of a is 10, that will be stored into the 10, and the value of b, the value of this b will be stored into the this b. Okay, then afterwards calculation will be performed and the output will be there. We can't able to write the return type because we are using here the void. We are using here the void. Let's run the code. No error. Answer is 30. Clear to all of you? Is it
Yes,
clear to all
ma'am.
of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हम ये प्रेफर नहीं करते हैं. क्यों प्रेफर नहीं करते? क्योंकि हम इसमें कुछ रिटर्न ही नहीं कर रहे, फंक्शन का वापस वैल्यू नहीं भेज रहे. ओके, पर हम यूज कर सकते हैं, ये नहीं है कि ये है ही नहीं है, इट इज पॉसिबल. लास्ट इज द फंक्शन आर्ग्यूमेंट एंड रिटर्न. उसमें क्या होगा? What will happen?
It will take the arguments and also will return the
हाँ,
value.
जो हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है void, I will also write here the int. Okay, with function call, I will take one variable. Okay, and remember thing, the function will always return one value. हम दो values नहीं return कर सकते function की. Function always return one value, like this. Okay, now I will remove this line from this part. I think it is clear now. Right now, shall I run the code?
Yes,
Let's compile the code. Warning: Z is assigned but not used. Okay, not used means I will display this code. Again, answer is same. 30. The only is the way of using the function is different. Clear? Is it clear to all of you? Various categories according to the function definition and the according to the arguments and the return type. We can never write the return type like this by taking the two. मैं दो return type नहीं लिख सकती एक function में इस तरह. It is not possible. I can't able to write like this also, like comma and take this. It is not possible. Okay, each function can return only the one value. Clear to all of you regarding the functions?
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding this topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now let's move to the next topic. Before that, let's have one more poll. I'm going to launch another poll. Hurry up, students. जसप्रीत सिंह, रीजॉइन द मीट। अगर आपको पोल विजिबल नहीं हो रहा तो ज्वाइन करो, रीजॉइन करो मीटिंग को।
मैम मेरे को भी विजिबल नहीं हो रहा।
जिनको नहीं हो रहा वो प्लीज रीजॉइन करो मीटिंग को। Hurry up, students. कोई बात नहीं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो, शोर हो रहा बेटा, नो इशू, मैं चेक कर लूंगी। ओके जसप्रीत, नो इशू। Okay students, I am going to end the poll. The answer of first question is everything is required: return type, function name and parameter list. And the second answer of second is semicolon. Semicolon is required. Okay.
मैम बट फर्स्ट में कई केसेस ऐसे भी तो होते हैं जिसमें आर्गुमेंट भी नहीं होती और रिटर्न टाइप भी नहीं होती, तो सिर्फ फंक्शन
वो तो
नेम
डिपेंड, दैट
इंपॉर्टेंट
इज इम्पोर्टेंट, फॉलोइंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट मींस ये है कि ये क्वेश्चन का ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि क्या क्या चीजें हमें चाहिए होती हैं। ठीक है, इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट्स कौन से हैं? रिटर्न
मैम
टाइप में
फंक्शन
चाहिए
नेम
तो
नहीं होगा।
फंक्शन नेम अकेला काम नहीं ना करेगा बेटा।
मैम अगर रिटर्न टाइप नहीं होती, कईयों की रिटर्न टाइप नहीं होती, कईयों की आर्गुमेंट्स नहीं होती, फिर इस हिसाब से तो फंक्शन नेम भी
नहीं नहीं
इम्पोर्टेंट
बेटा,
है।
देखो, नो 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 नो, ये फंक्शन है कि इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि अगर रिटर्न टाइप नहीं होगी तो फिर काम करने का यूज करने का फंक्शन क्या पर्पस है?
बाय डिफॉल्ट हो जाएगा।
हम अगर वैल्यू नहीं रिटर्न कर सकते तो उसका यूज करने का क्या फंक्शन पर्पस है?
मैम बट केसेस हमने किए ही हैं सिर्फ।
केसेस हो सकते हैं, बस ये सिर्फ एक आपको बताने का, तो हमें इम्पोर्टेंटली प्रेफरली ये यूज करना चाहिए। पर ये नहीं है जो आप बोल रहे हैं ना फंक्शन नेम, दैट इज द रॉन्ग ऑप्शन। अकेला फंक्शन नेम से तो प्रोग्राम चल ही नहीं ना सकता। वही हम डिक्लेयर ही नहीं कर सकते फंक्शन को तो फंक्शन नेम के साथ। अगर हमने फंक्शन नेम लिया है तो फंक्शन नेम से तो हम फंक्शन डिक्लेयर ही नहीं कर सकते। वी हैव टू स्पेसिफाई डाटा टाइप, चाहे वो डाटा टाइप वॉइड ही क्यों नहीं है। वी आर स्पेसिफाइंग द रिटर्न टाइप। ओके,
अगर डिफाइन नहीं करेंगे तो बाय डिफॉल्ट एंटर ही हो जाएगा।
बाय डिफॉल्ट इंट लेगा, पर डाटा टाइप तो आ गई ना, वो बाय डिफॉल्ट भी तो आ गई ना, तो एग्जीक्यूशन में तो काम करेगा ही करेगा ना वो। ये क्वेश्चन का मतलब इतना है कि आपको बताने के लिए कि कौन कौन से स्टेप्स जो हैं इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं जब भी हम फंक्शंस के साथ काम करते हैं। ओके, तो हमें रिटर्न टाइप भी पता होना चाहिए। क्यों मैंने बोला कि जो थर्ड टाइप है वो हम ज़्यादा यूज़ नहीं करते हैं। द मेन रीज़न इज कि हम कुछ वैल्यू रिटर्न नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो अगर हम रिटर्न नहीं कर रहे हैं तो हमें उस पर्पस क्या है, वहीं पे वहाँ कोड लिखते हैं। वी प्रेफर, ये प्रेफर वर्ड है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट इज अ मैंडेटरी। ओके ओके, रेस्ट में आपको ना इसके साथ डिस्कशन हम उसमें भी कर सकते हैं, टू शीट में करेंगे ट्यूट क्लास में। लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक विच इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नाउ नेक्स्ट मूव टू द argument passing techniques। argument passing techniques क्या कौन कौन से होती हैं argument passing techniques? yes,
मैम
argument
पासिंग के
passing
कॉलिंग
techniques are three types. One is pass by value, second is pass by reference, and third is pass by address.
Call by value.
Call by value, we can also say pass by value, or we can say call by value. Call by value, pass by reference or call by reference, call by address or call by pass by address. Okay, there is nothing. There are the three types of argument passing techniques. One is the pass by value, or we call it call by value. Second is the pass by reference, or we call call by reference. Third is the pass by address, or the call by address. Now let's start with the pass by value. Pass by value. Okay, tell me, shall I explain on the board or on the ID? जहाँ से आपको ज़्यादा जल्दी समझ आता है वहाँ से एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगी। Shall I explain on the ID or on the board?
बोर्ड मैम, बोर्ड।
On the board.
यस मैम।
Okay. I am going to start with the pass by value. Okay. Pass by value, and we are using the concept of functions. Now again I am going to make one program which includes the function pass by value. I am going to want to pass the value to the function. Pass by value का मतलब क्या है कि मैं अपनी वैल्यू जो किसको पास करना चाहती हूँ, फंक्शन को। अगर वैल्यू पास करना चाहती हूँ मतलब आर्गुमेंट लेने पड़ेंगे मेरे को। यस, so I can take here the int return type. I can also able to return the value int. Here I will write x a comma b. Okay, int a comma b. Okay, then I will take the function कौन सा फंक्शन है, ऐड का करें कि स्टैक का प्रोग्राम करें? कौन सा प्रोग्राम आपको आता है? जो आता है वो कर लेंगे। स्टैक करेंगे, ऐड करें?
ऐड ही कर लो मैम।
ऐड कर लें। void add means I have to pass the value, so I have to take two arguments. If I am taking two here for addition, there is need of two arguments. In here I will write int comma int. Here I will write int comma int. This is a function declaration. Okay, now from the user I will take enter a and b, cin a and b. Then afterwards taking the input, क्या second next step क्या होगा? Next is the function call. Function call is add. Function name क्या लिया मैंने? add. And then afterwards int मतलब दो arguments. तो arguments कौन से? actual. कौन से? a और b. a comma b. जो यहाँ पे लिखा है a b b. और कौन सी टाइप का लिखना है? int का, क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्या लिखा हुआ है? int. तो यहाँ पे भी क्या आ गया? int. Okay. Then afterwards, okay, now here again I am going to write cout cout a and b. Okay, cout a and b, get ch, नो दिस। ये लाइंस क्लियर हो गई है? आई थिंक इट इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू। ओके, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू मेक द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द फंक्शन। ये किस नाम का फंक्शन है मेरा? व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द फंक्शन?
ऐड।
ऐड। तो द void, क्योंकि मैंने डिक्लेरेशन में क्या लिखा है void, तो यहाँ पे क्या लिखूंगी? आई विल राइट हियर void and then afterwards add, function name is add and I have to take the two arguments. int, I'm taking the different name now. Okay, int 1. Here, now here we will add the two numbers int c and or we are not void, we are using void, so we are not returning any value. So we can also write here like cout x plus y. Let's execute this code. First, compiler will take the two variables a and b into the memory with the data type of integer. This is a function declaration. Means in my program there is one function which contains the two parameters. On my output screen, there will be the enter the value. On output screen, on my output screen, there will be the enter A and B. From the keyboard, I will enter the two values by writing this line C in A and B. I will write 20 and 30 from the keyboard. Now, this 20 and 30 will be stored here. A 30 and B 20, sorry, A is 20 and B is 30. A ये कहाँ पे स्टोर हो जाएगा? A के ब्लॉक के अंदर, और ये कहाँ पे स्टोर हो जाएगा? B के ब्लॉक के अंदर. मैं याद रखूँगा. ये विजिबल है बोर्ड का पार्ट?
यस मैम।
तो मैंने A और B लिए थे, और जब मैंने A और B की डाटा इनपुट किया 20 और 30, वो किसमें स्टोर हो गया? यहाँ. That will be stored to this part. Okay. Now on this part, ये पार्ट क्या करेगा? कंट्रोल कहाँ पे ट्रांसफर करेगा? दिस इज अ फंक्शन कॉल. इट विल ट्रांसफर द कंट्रोल टू फंक्शन डेफिनेशन. इट विल ट्रांसफर द कंट्रोल टू फंक्शन डेफिनेशन. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ a? 20. This 20 will be moved to this x. Now the value of x is 20. The value of b is 30. That will be transferred to this 30. Okay, now it means there will be the, यहाँ पे पहुँचेंगे तो then it there will again there will be one variable x and there is another variable y which also store the same value. Yes. Now clear to all of you? Yes or no?
यस मैम।
Yes. अब आउटपुट स्क्रीन में मेरे क्या आ जाएगा? व्हाट विल द आंसर ऑन माय आउटपुट स्क्रीन? व्हाट इज द आंसर ऑन माय आउटपुट स्क्रीन?
50.
What is the answer on my output screen?
50।
Answer is 50.
50.
Yes. अकेला 50 आएगा? प्रोग्राम चेक करो एक बार. आंसर
कौन?
क्या आएगा फिर? हाँ?
A and B का वैल्यू भी आएगा.
क्या आएगा?
A and B का वैल्यू आएगा मैम.
दोबारा बोलना बेटा, मुझे सुनाई नहीं दिया.
A and B का वैल्यू भी आएगा मैम. C आउट.
A और B का वैल्यू भी आएगा. A और B का वैल्यू क्या है?
20 और 30।
Yes. ध्यान से सुनना बेटा मेरी बात. पाथ बाय वैल्यू कंसेप्ट क्या हो रहा है? कि means we are passing our these value to these values. We are passing our values from actual to the formal arguments. These are called the pass the value. In the case of the pass, okay, let's now. अगर मैं यहाँ पे आपके लिए यहाँ पे A और B लिख देती हूँ, यहाँ पे भी A और B लिख दिया मैंने. ठीक है. अब मुझे बताओ, क्या ये A और B और A और B एक सेम लोकेशन पे होंगे?
No.
सेम लोकेशन पे होंगे? यस. ये भी A B है, ये भी
मैम
A B
वो
है.
तो डिलीट हो जाएगा ना मैम. फॉर्मल
वो डिलीट हो जाएगा। कौन सा डिलीट होगा?
मैम आफ्टर रनिंग तो वो तो डिलीट, फॉर्मल पैरामीटर तो मैम डिलीट हो जाएगा ना।
अभी के लिए क्या होगा जब हम इस फंक्शन के अंदर है? ये देखो मैं कहती हूँ कि ये ए जो है ना मेमोरी के अंदर 2000 लोकेशन अवेलेबल थी, वहाँ स्टोर हो गया। ये 2002 लोकेशन अवेलेबल थी, वहाँ पे स्टोर हो गया। ओके, देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स देयर इज अनदर वेरिएबल int a. This int a will be stored at some another location. Suppose 4000 is available at that time. 4000 will be available, so it will be stored into that. ये नाम मतलब नहीं मेंशन करता कुछ भी, रेफर क्या करता है? ये 1000 लोकेशन, ओके, 4000 लोकेशन. This is a one different place. This is a different place. This is a different place. This is a different place. Okay. Pass by value is passing the value to the definition. Okay. And while using the concept of a pass of value, it will not reflect to the original value. It will not reflect back to the original value. अगर मैं दोबारा यहाँ पे सी आउट ए बी कर रही हूँ तो मेरा आंसर कितना आ रहा है? सेम. माय आंसर इज सेम. सपोज मैं यहाँ पे मैं स्वैपिंग का नाम कर लेती हूँ, स्वैपिंग से आपको ज्यादा क्लियर हो जाएगा. अगर मैं यहाँ पे स्वैपिंग कर देती हूँ ए और बी की और मैं यहाँ पे प्रिंट करती हूँ तो फिर क्या होगा बताओ मेरे को? भाई स्वैप द नंबर्स. क्या करेंगे बेटा? अगर मैं स्वैपिंग का कंसेप्ट यूज करती हूँ, मैंने ए भी लिया, उसकी यहाँ पे स्वैपिंग कर दी, ये ठीक है ना? स्वैपिंग के लिए पता ना सबको स्वैपिंग कैसे करते हैं? इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? स्वैपिंग कंसेप्ट इज okay. Suppose I have used the concept of swapping in the definition. I have swapped the two numbers within the definition. Now my changes will be reflected to this part only. My changes will be reflected to the this part only. It will not be changed into the this block. It will not be changed into this block. The output in this case will be the same. Okay. Pass by value will be transfer the values, but the original values will remain same. But the original values remain same. Clear to all of you regarding the pass by value? Means we are just passing the value to someone else. Passing the value to definition part.
मैम
But
कितने
it will
तक
not
पास?
reflect to
मैम
yes.
मैम एक्चुअल पैरामीटर स्वैप होता है?
नहीं, it will not make any changes into the actual parameters. जो आपने ए बी लिखा है ना, ये ए बी यहाँ पे मेन के अंदर ये अलग लोकेशन पे पड़ा है, और जो आप चेंजेस कर रहे हो वो किस में कर रहे हो? इसके अंदर. और ये कहाँ पे है? ये दोनों. ओके, इट विल नॉट रिफ्लेक्ट बैक टू दिस. इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे ए बी लिखा है. क्यों लिखा है? कि आपको पता चलता है कि जब मैंने ये कॉल किया फंक्शन तो ट्रांसफर कहाँ कंट्रोल हुआ? टू दिस लाइन. When transfer is controlled to this line, it will perform the execution. It will swap the two numbers, and the swapping will be performed into this block, which is at the some another location. ये AB students are the part of CSE1, and these AB students are the part of CSE2. अगर मैं इन दोनों से बात करूँगी, इनको कैसे पता लगेगा कि मैं बात कर रही हूँ? इनको तो कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा. Okay, so pass by value में original argument will not be changed by passing the value. Okay, this is concept of the pass by value. समझ लग गया? Is it clear to all of you? Any question, any doubt regarding this?
Yes मैम. मैम फॉर्मल वैल्यू भी किसी को पास कर सकता है क्या?
फॉर्मल वैल्यू किसी को पास करनी है आपकी?
नेक्स्ट
पास
मतलब
करनी है. फॉर्मल वैल्यू जो हमारी ये है ना, जो हमारी डेफिनेशन में के अंदर जहाँ मर्जी यूज करते हो.
ओके
ये कर सकते हो कि इसके अंदर एक और फंक्शन बना दो.
यस मैम.
इसके अंदर फंक्शन बना दो और उसको कॉल कर लो. दैट इज पॉसिबिलिटी.
यस मैम.
ठीक है.
यस मैम.
और एनी क्वेश्चन, एनी मोर क्वेश्चन? ओके, क्लियर. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. नेक्स्ट इज द पास बाय रेफरेंस. Pass by reference. The syntax of pass by reference is we have to write This is syntax of pass by reference data type. Then this is called the address operator. Okay. Then afterwards the variable name equal to, sorry, this is the reference name, reference variable name. This is the reference variable name. This is the reference variable name, and this is the variable name. This is the syntax. Whenever I want to use the concept of the pass by reference, कि मैंने जो अपनी वैल्यू पास करनी है किस कंसेप्ट से यूज करनी है, पास बाय रेफरेंस से, तो क्या करूंगी मैं, उसका सिंटैक्स है ये, इन address operator, reference variable and the variable name. Now example is like int, if I take the int j is equal to 20, int j is equal to 20. Now I am using the reference variable here, int reference variable is, किसको रेफर करना है, j को, ठीक है, और कौन रेफर करना चाहता है, I वेरिएबल। अब ये रेफरेंस वेरिएबल क्या होता है, लिसन केयरफुली, reference variable is basically used to refer to the same memory location. Whenever I want to refer to the same memory location, then I will use the reference variable. इसका क्या मतलब होगा, जब मैंने ये मान लिखी ना, ये लिखी मैंने int j is equal to 20, int j is equal to 20 का मतलब है means I am storing the 20 value to the j, which will be stored at the 2000 location of the memory. Now this line represent जो address of j है, the address of j is also pointed by the I, means I is also pointing to the j value. I is also pointing to the j value. I is also pointing to the j value. Okay. यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया जो मैंने बताया अभी. Whenever I want to use the concept of the pass by reference or call by reference, I have to use like this. The syntax and execution is like this. This is the one variable. It will store the 20 variable. Okay. This is another variable. This is I is another variable, but it's pointing to the same memory location. It's pointing to the same memory location. Okay. Now, suppose first I will here print cout I and g. What will be the output in this case? What is the answer of the? What is the answer?
2020.
Answer. Now, if I will change the value of j to 30, if I change the value to 30, then what will be the answer? And I write here the cout, and I write here the cout I and the j. What will the output?
Ma'am, 2030.
2030. 2030. 2030. J30. J30 means this will be override. This will be overridden. I have update the value of j. I have update the value of j. Now the answer will be 3030. Answer is 3030. Listen carefully. Here is the one. This is the blackboard marker. Okay, this is the blackboard marker. I'm giving the name to this is a blackboard marker. I'm saying that this is the blackboard marker. You can say this is the marker. I'm saying the name of this marker is blackboard marker or the whiteboard marker. You say this is the marker. I am also pointing to this. You are also pointing to this. But only difference is both are giving the different name. But pointing to the same thing. Okay, this is a reference. Means when we are pointing to the same variable by the different, if one variable make any change, it will reflect back to the another also. Like if I make the changes in the I plus plus, if I write I plus plus, then it will also reflect to the j also. It also reflect back to the j. Clear? Is it clear to all of you? समझ लगा concept पास बाय रेफरेंस का होता क्या है, कैसे चलता है?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ,
Yes, ma'am.
पास बाय वैल्यू में क्या होता है कि दोनों अलग अलग लोकेशंस लेते हैं, एक्चुअल भी अलग लेता है, फॉर्मल भी अलग लेता है. बस रेफरेंस के कंसेप्ट पे क्या होता है, दोनों सेम लोकेशन को रेफर करते हैं. मैं इसके आपको वो एग्जांपल करवा देती हूँ, सेम एज दैट ऑफ द पास बाय स्वैपिंग ऑफ टू नंबर्स की सेम लिख देती हूँ तो आपको ज्यादा क्लियर हो जाएगा. void main pass by referencing. Let's take the same void swap. Want to swap two numbers in A. Swap. We have to take two numbers here in A and B. See out. Enter A and B. I am taking the input from the user A and B. Now afterwards this I will call the function, that is swap. Swap is the function. Then afterwards I will write here the cout. Let me cout. Cout. Before swapping. Before swapping. See, before swapping, I will call the function. Function name is swap. I am giving the two arguments. So the arguments are A and B. Now, after cout, after swapping, what is visible to all of you? Yes or no? What is visible?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now here I am making the function void swap int. I am taking here x and y, or you can take also can take A and B. Swapping two numbers. Z will store x. X is empty now. Y will be stored there. Now y is empty. I am again sending this cout x and y. Okay, this is the basic program. ये program क्या लिखा है मैंने? This is the basic program. जो अभी हमने when I am taking, this is the program of swapping of two numbers, but by pass by value. This is the program I pass by value. Now I want to use the concept of Rajan. Any problem? Rajan 223 roll number. Any problem? Sakshi, yes. You can ask me. Unmute yourself and ask me the question.
No, ma'am, it was a mistake.
Okay. Okay. Rajan, any doubt or any question? Okay, let's move back to now, this is the program of basic program. I want to use the concept of pass by reference. Whenever I want to use the concept of pass by reference, the syntax will be, I already have discussed with you, we will use this operator. This is address operator with the argument. Okay, with the argument. Now, here I will write the syntax like this. I will write int address, reference operator or address operator, and like this. This declaration represent the means I am using the concept of the pass by reference. I am using the concept of pass by reference. Now, if I am using here this symbol, so in the case of definition, I have to use here. I have to use this x in this x. Symbol. Clear? This is the one thing that you have to use in the pass by reference. You have to use the address operator. Clear all of you? Now, listen carefully. This line is clear to all of you. This line is for the function declaration. This, we are taking the two variables. This will display or take the input from the user. Now, this will display the output before swapping on the output screen. Swap, this swap A and B. A and B, जो हमने वैल्यू यहाँ से ली होगी, suppose 20 and 30 ली हमने. Suppose we have taken the 20 and 30 value. That will be transferred to the x. No? Yes or no? Transfer to the x. Or means this is 20 and this is 30. Which is transferred by the A and B. Okay. Now this line, this is the line. अगर मैं इस लाइन को ऐसे लिखती हूँ और ये लाइन ऐसे है ना, swap A, this is the A, means I am assigning the value of A into the x. The meaning is same. If I write this operator instead in front of this, तो ये लाइन क्या represent करेगी कि if x is pointing to the some location and A will also point to that location. Now, there are two variables. I am going to make the two variables A and B. Both are at the some location. Okay. By taking the input, I am going to store the two values 20 and 30 into it. Before swapping will be displayed on output screen. Okay. I can write here the C out also. There is one line missing. C out A B. There is also C out A and B. Before swapping, my output will be the 20 and 30. Now swap AB. The control will be transferred to this part. Now this X will not make another memory location. It will start pointing to this location. This X also pointing to the same location. This Y will also start pointing to the same location. Okay. Now in Z, there is another variable Z, X. What is the value of X? That is the 20. Will be stored into this Z. Now Y will be stored into X. This will be like this. It will move to the 30. Swap 1. And then again Z will be moved to the Y. Okay. यहाँ पे मैंने output ले ली. That is the 2030. After swapping, what will be the output now? What is the output of A and B in this case? What will be the output now? Students?
30-20.
30-20. समझ लगा कि नहीं? Clear? Is it clear to all of you or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Program is clear to all of you? Concept is clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now last type is, what is the last type?
Call by address.
Call by address. Call by address. Whenever we talk about call by address, it means we are talking about the pointers. Address की बात जब आ जाएगी, हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? Pointers की. Okay. Same program. I'm just removing the symbols. Okay. little bit of pointers. Int point P or PTR. Can anyone tell me what is this? What is this? Can anyone tell me what is this? Yes? Tell me.
Pointed declaration.
जब भी हम ये सिंबल लगा देते हैं, whenever we write this symbol in front of any variable, I have written this int p. Int p means I have taken the one variable. Okay. If I take here the pointer symbol, it means this pointer symbol can only store the address. It will not able to store any value. This p can store only the address of any another location. Okay. Whenever we make any pointer variable, that means we want to store the address of that variable. This will store the int p will store the value, and this pointer p will store the address always. It will always store address. So we can never write like this. This is the a. I have let's take one variable. There is a one variable. Listen carefully. There is a one variable a. 10 value in this. I am taking the another variable which is of the pointer type. Okay. Now this is the a which will store the 10 value. This is the another variable p, the name of the variable pointer. Now remember this thing. This is a pointer variable, so it will never store any value. We can never able to write like this. If I write like this, a is the value. A contains the value, but this can store only the address. So it will generate an error. It will generate an error. So by using the pointer, we will write this address. Means I want to store the address of A into this pointer. Then it is the right way. Then it will work accurately. If I write address of A into the PR, then suppose if A is at 2000, then PTR will be stored 2000 into it. Then PTR will store 2000 into it. Clear to all of you regarding these two lines? These two lines are clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now simple. Two lines are clear. Now simply we need this symbol and we need this symbol. We need the pointer symbol and we need the address symbol. Okay. Address symbol will be address symbol किसके साथ आएगा? With the calling part. Address symbol will come with the calling part. Calling is swap. With that we write address. Okay. Pointer will be the declaration part. If I'm writing here, then again I have to write here. Clear? Till it is clear? Is it clear to all of you? Okay, इससे पहले हम yes यहाँ पे लगाएंगे. इससे पहले हम एक poll कर लें. Let's have one poll. Okay, I'm going to launch another poll. I will give you 2 minutes only. Hurry up, students. After 2 minutes, I will end the poll. I'm going to end the poll. Hurry up, hurry up. Mark the answer. Okay, what is the answer of first question? What is the answer of first question?
Runtime.
Time error.
Compile time error? Yes? Why?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Why compile time error?
मैम मेन की स्पेलिंग गलत है.
मेन की स्पेलिंग?
void मेन स्टार्टिंग में जो लिखा हुआ
ना
उसका
ना नो
spelling
नो
गलत
नो
है.
नो नो नो
Declaration.
void void money जो लिखा हुआ उसके बाद सेमीकोलन नहीं लिखा हुआ. void money के बाद सेमीकोलन नहीं लिखा हुआ. That is the mistake. That is the compile time error. Okay. And second, what is the answer of second question? What is the answer? Answer is 10. Answer is? Yes?
10.
10. Clear to all of you? Okay, I am going to launch another poll also. There is one more poll. I am going to launch the last poll. Answer. Yes, hurry up. Rohit Kumar. Rohit Kumar, roll number 240. Unmute yourself. Rohit Kumar, you have not entered with the correct format. First, you have to write roll number, then afterwards your name. Correct your Zoom ID format. Hurry up, students. Srish, any question? Srish, roll number 257. Any question you want to ask?
Ma'am, I have
Yes,
a
Srish?
network issue.
Network issue. Mute yourself, Satish. What is the answer of the first question?
Inside the app, ma'am.
Only inside the curly block. Option is B. Okay. And how many minimum number of functions should be present in the C++ program? Yes, how many?
One.
One only.
One.
Minimum there should be one. That is the mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to end the poll. This is all about the polling. Now let's back move to the pointers passed by address. We have changed with this pointer symbol and changed with this address operator. Yes or no? Yes?
Yes,
or
ma'am.
no? Reply with yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is the pointer x. So we have to write here also pointer x. Here also we have to write pointer x. Okay, here also pointer y. This pointer y represent means we want to, if I say int pointer only, this means it will store the address. But I want to move to the value. I want to move to the value. So it is mandatory to write here pointer x. Because I am writing pointer x, so it is mandatory to write here also a pointer x, pointer y also. Okay, rest is same. And again, if I make any changes in the, if I have written the AB here, and if I make any changes in the x, y, it will reflect back to the main program also. It will also reflect back to the main program in the case of the pass by address. In the case of pass by address, if I make any changes to the definition part of the function, it will reflect back to the main part also. Clear? That is the pass by address. Means कि हमारा पास बाय वैल्यू में क्या है, कोई रिफ्लेक्शन, कोई एक अलग ब्लॉक बना, एक अलग ब्लॉक बना, अगर एक चेंज होता है उस दूसरे को रिफ्लेक्ट भी करेगा. बट इन द केस ऑफ पास बाय रेफरेंस, एक ही चीज को दो जाने बुला रहे हैं, दैट इज द पास बाय रेफरेंस. ओके, पास बाय एड्रेस क्या है? मैं किसी के पास जाऊंगी, उससे उसका एड्रेस लूंगी, फिर काम करूंगी, दैट इज पास बाय एड्रेस. बट रिफ्लेक्टिंग बैक टू द सेम मेमोरी लोकेशन. और जा कहाँ रही हूँ? उसी के पास. ओके, पास बाय एड्रेस and pass by reference will reflect the value back to the main function, but pass by value will take some another location. Now, any question or any doubt regarding the pass by passing techniques? Yes, Ravi.
मैम.
Yes, yes.
मैम पास बाय एड्रेस तो मैम एक्चुअल पैरामीटर को स्वैप कर देगा.
एक्चुअल पैरामीटर्स में पे रिफ्लेक्ट चेंज
मैम
करेगा
पास
ना,
बाय एड्रेस
एक्चुअल में रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा.
ओके.
इसकी डायग्राम बनाऊं?
नो मैम.
पता क्या होगा बेटा जी, ये ए और बी है मेरा, इसमें मैंने 20 और 20 डाला हुआ है. जो मैं ये एक्स और वाई बना रही हूँ ना अलग, ये एक्स और वाई जो बना रही हूँ, एड्रेस ऑफ ए, व्हाट इज एड्रेस ऑफ ए? 2000. एड्रेस ऑफ बी 3000. सपोज ये एड्रेस ऑफ ए कहाँ स्टोर हो रहा है? इस एक्स के अंदर. एक्स विल बी स्टोरिंग द एड्रेस ऑफ ए, वाई इज स्टोरिंग द एड्रेस ऑफ बी. ओके, ये एड्रेस स्टोर कर रहे हैं.
यस मैम.
This is a x and y, and these are storing the address of A and address of B. जो हमने क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? Address of A. Address of A will be stored into the x. Address of B will be stored into the y. Okay. Now I am using the pointer x. Pointer x का मतलब क्या है? कि जो address है, address में जो लिखा हुआ है, उस पे जाके changes होंगे. यहाँ पे changes करें. अगर मैं यहाँ पे ये पॉइंटर रिमूव कर देती हूँ, फिर वो क्या करेगा? ये एड्रेस है, दिस एक्स कंटेन द एड्रेस एंड दिस इज अ वैल्यू. इट इज नॉट, इट विल नॉट वर्क. इफ आई राइट पॉइंटर, देन क्या करेगा? वो 2000 यहाँ पे जाएगा, इसमें 2000 देखा, 2000 के एड्रेस पे जाएगा और वहां पे वैल्यू को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. इन दिस वे इट विल एग्जीक्यूट. ओके, टेल मी एनी डाउट, एनी क्वेश्चन now? Yes. कोई पूछना था कुछ इसके रिगार्डिंग? No, clear to all of you? Okay students, this is all about the functions. अब 2 बजे हम दोबारा मिलते हैं अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ. अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स ले आना, ट्यूट शीट्स के रिगार्डिंग जितनी भी हैं वो हम उसमें डिस्कस कर लेंगे. ओके, ठीक है बच्चे?
ओके मैम.
फाइन.
ओके मैम.
यस मैम.
Yes. Okay, students, then you can leave the class now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.